Welcome back, everybody, to our online isolation podcast. Dot is a little late. He's on the road. He might join us later. We might have a guest, but I'm not exactly sure. So, how's it going, Dee Dee? How? I guess we'll start with you. Your ups and downs.
I don't think I have a up for this week.
Nobody went up. Not even Hannah.
You're funny, Nick.
I'll take that as a no. Well, who went down for you?
Delia went down for me.
Oh, why?
I don't know. It's just he was so like in disguise, and like his personality just popped out of nowhere, and like he started all this stuff. I don't know if they're gonna target him for that. So I don't know.
Oh. Well, what were your thoughts on the void and Manu wanting to send these random messages into the game to try and confuse people?
He is hilarious, especially when there was question about it. He just eating his little spinach and like, what did it say? I was laughing the whole time because he was looking like that was a good move. I don't know if they believe it. Did they believe it? I don't think Chris believed it.
I don't think it really worked that much. I think it just made Elizabeth and Delia paranoid.
Oh yeah. Well, it worked a little bit then, I guess.
True.
But that was funny to me. I like that. But
Also, speaking of the void, we saw this week that Kia heard, but she did not say anything at all about Delion and Elizabeth. Just that she's suspicious that they had an alliance since they joined the game. But I don't know if she put two and two together that they're from season one. I don't know.
a moment of silence for Karashi here real quick. I've seen many fumbles in my life, but I have never seen a fumble as hard as that one. That was crazy. I mean, I figured I said she wasn't gonna tell, but I didn't know she wasn't gonna tell because she was confused. Wow, that was like one of the key like the key information to what Sasha was getting at with Delian and Elizabeth. So she just whew,
Why do you think she didn't even bring it up though? Do you think it's just because she's like, fuck these people, they don't really talk to me anyway?
no, I honestly don't know what to say. I'm speechless right now. It's no logical explanation for me to try to support her not saying anything. Because I'm like, at least ask about it. You would think somebody would ask about it. Like, was there a season one? They said season. I don't understand.
They
I
did know
don't.
there was a season one, so
They did know.
yeah.
That's even worse.
At
Oh
least they
my
should have
god.
known. I'm pretty sure they knew.
Oh my gosh, that's even worse. Okay. I see. I try. I can't. I can't take up for her. I can't. Oh, that was a fumble. That was worse than the Super Bowl this past year. Ooh.
Well, we'll move on to the live grading of this round. We'll start with the Alex, Chris, Elizabeth group. Hannah was also supposed to be there, but wasn't there, so she didn't get to grade. Any takeaways from this grading session between those three?
That's pretty dumb for Alex to do. I wanted him to go to the void anyway, but still, that was pretty dumb to do it in his face. I wanted it in his face. Like, they could have fake vote like the other group did, but I don't know. And I don't understand. Like, okay, Chris said he was giving Deleon a 3 to balance it out. How does that make sense? Can you explain it to me?
Yeah, I mean, I guess what he was going for was like he's expecting Delion to get fives from everybody. So he wants to give everybody else in the alliance a five to make them also be up with Delion. I guess that was his plan. I don't know if it really works.
But wouldn't they still be power players even if Deleon got all 5?
I mean, I guess so.
Okay, Chris. I don't understand that. I don't get it. Let's see. Did they when they received the messages, was that before or after somebody said it was a spy in a game or whatever?
They received the messages before that. That's what caused that to happen.
Because I wrote down I would have got suspicious that certain people in the groups didn't get messages after they said it was a spy in the group,
True.
but that was before that. So, but I do understand. Like, I see what I wrote down. I said Alex is kind of smart about the group thing, the alliance, because it wasn't working for him for some reason because he
True.
was at the bottom. But my issue is how you complain about the alliance not working for you when initially when you first got in the alliance you wanted to like riot and start a war. I don't get it.
Touche, touche.
Hypocrite. Anyways. Oh, that's all I got for the first group, I think. Yeah.
Did you like the way Chris and Elizabeth graded?
I didn't understand Chris's. And Elizabeth, I don't think she was being honest.
You think she was trying to play it politically to grade them both high just because they're in a group? And
Yeah.
what about the other group? Shelby, Deleon, Alexia, Aaron, any takeaways from their grading? I mean, it was basically Deleon making them turn on Alex and Chris.
He got the pimp crown now. That was funny. I wasn't a fan of it in season 1 when Treasure did it about grading Leo low or eliminating Leo or something like that for the whole bitch saga based on hearsay. So I didn't like the fact that like I'm team Delia all the way, but I didn't like the fact that Shelby and Alexia and well, all three of them they voted against Alex or Chris.
It was basically both of them.
Oh, they voted against them based on what somebody else said and not hearing it for themselves. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm still not a fan of that, but oh well. And just the fact that they got high grades from them that messed it up.
I mean, I guess the big thing that happened in this episode was the twist from the void to make the bottom
That's
grades the power
crazy.
players.
That's crazy. That was Manu's idea, wasn't it?
I think it was pretty much everybody's. I think Sasha wanted it. I think Kia wanted it because they wanted to change the people on top, basically.
Oh, because they don't have a like hand in the game anyway. Oh, okay, okay. That was funny, but I didn't like it. But that was funny. It was funnier because Delia got everybody to vote them low just for them to be power players.
True.
That was funny. I don't think I would have lasted long in this season at all.
You don't think so? Too many twists and turns? I don't know. You were pretty. I mean, I guess I would have screwed you up because you were higher rated at this point in the game, but I guess it would have depended who was at the bottom at that point. Like if Adam was on the bottom, would he?
Adam was at the Adam would be Adam would have got me out indefinitely. Oof. I'm shifty, but I'm not that shifty. Alexia, okay, I wrote down Alexia is way too gullible. Like she believed like everything somebody told her, she believed it. Like every single thing. I haven't heard her like question anything ever since the beginning of the game. That's strange to me. I wrote Karashikyo notes like 5 times, like shaking my head. Oh my god.
What were you shaking your head for this time?
Because when she was looking and watching, I was like, I don't think she know what they're talking about. Because she was like this playing with her plaits, and I was like, please tell me she know what they're talking about. And she was like, I really didn't get it. I was like, oh. My heart just dropped. I was like, no. But let's see. I wrote down Sasha is smart for catching up to Dillion because that definitely was a pity party. Like I caught that from when he came in. Oh, it's nice knowing y'all. Shut up. Like shut up. Nice knowing y'all. You come in the chat saying that you know something is up. Because no one is going to do all that if they know indefinitely that they're going to the void.
It seemed to work on his alliance, though.
Because they're gullible.
Well, how do you think Hannah, Chris, and Elizabeth played it as power players? Your girl Hannah was a power player again.
Again. Did she beat my streak?
For what?
Did Hannah beat my streak? She was a power player 4 times.
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
3 times.
Okay.
Also, your streak has been a row as well. But
Okay. I don't understand. Like, why Aaron? How did that come about?
I don't know. I think they just wanted it to either be Alexia or Hannah, and I believe Chris. Once again, this is the strategy. He flipped a coin, but I don't know if he
Okay.
really flipped the coin or if it really was Aaron
Oh,
or not.
wow. I don't like, that was my question.
And also, I mean, Elizabeth did basically save DeLeon, so they didn't really have any other options after that other than Shelby, Alexia, or Aaron.
How did she save Dillian? I didn't catch that part.
I don't think it made the episode, but to add drama to who gets eliminated, oh, here's that.
To add drama. That's funny. Oh, there it is.
Game time.
Yo. Well, we were just talking about the big twist this week of the void. Flipping it, putting the bottom on top. Did you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah. I think it's a big move for the void. You know, they don't seem to be very collaborative right now. Like they're not really working too well as a team. But multiple players like Kia and Sasha are seeing that there are strong alliances. They're seeing what DeLeon's up to, a little bit of what Elizabeth is up to. And I think they wanted to shake stuff up in the game, but I think that they also saw that alliance was going heavy and they didn't really know what was going on until they got to the void. So I think it was a strong move for some people that got eliminated pretty swiftly. And yeah, they felt it. You know, they lost some big players in that alliance, and DeLeon was literally shook.
Yeah, you both had Aaron in your final 3, and she's gone, so.
Yikes! Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I know she rubbed Elizabeth the wrong way, so I bet she was really the one that was pushing for Aaron. I couldn't think of why Chris or Hannah would really want to go for her.
I think it was just process of elimination. Elizabeth didn't want to do DeLeon, and so it really just came down to Shelby, Aaron, or Alexia, and it came down to Aaron or Alexia, and then Chris basically flipped a coin. That's basically what happened.
They flipped it, man. The coin flip,
coin flips, I know.
Man, that's the way to make a hard decision.
That's how I'm gonna vote for president next.
You never know. Yeah, I was really surprised that DeLeon was able to make it out. I thought Hannah didn't know how hard DeLeon was coming after her until the next day, pretty much. And even with Elizabeth able to help her, I thought Chris was kind of on a campaign against DeLeon as well. So I really thought that he was in trouble too, but shoot, he made it out.
I'd say it's more so just DeLeon on a campaign against Chris than the other way around, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that he was. I thought that he was. I figured he saw DeLeon as a threat. I don't know.
Was her name Elizabeth too?
Yeah, her name was Elizabeth.
How I was trying to get
Same shit. Like she wasn't really worried about you, but you're like, I don't really want her in the game. Like, get out of here. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, but he made it. He made it somehow. Yeah, I just want to stay. Sorry, I don't know where y'all are at right now, but but it's it's crazy because literally last week we were talking about DeLeon's composure and how impressed we were, but that it's completely gone now, right? Like he's completely showing himself now. He's not hiding from anyone. Any thought that he had about anybody in the past, he's just giving it up. And he didn't care. He's just going to say whatever he thinks at this point. And now he's in a dangerous spot because we've known from the beginning that DeLeon is like the star of the show, but now they all know Like everyone can kind of tell by the way he's talking that he's a star player. So, and he publicly made some enemies with Hannah. So with Sasha coming back, I don't know, man. I'm a little worried. I think he showed his cards a little bit too early. Longer than I expected him to, but still a bit too early.
Since you weren't here, who went up and who went down for you this?
Word. So because of that reason, I said DeLeon went down. I think he played his card a little bit too earlier, though he was able to stay in the game. So, just a little critique there. I'm glad he was able to stay though. And then who went up for me was Shelby. I think Shelby is chilling on cloud nine right now. She got allies everywhere. She has 0 enemies. Even the Void is behind her. Like she's in DD heaven right now.
What?
What's DD heaven?
I don't even know what that is.
Chilling on everyone's good side,
Makes sense.
Like no enemies. Even the people out the game are fucking with you. That's a good place to be. Shelby even made friends with Manu. She's
Stop
got friends
saying that.
everywhere.
Anybody can make friends with Manu.
But they didn't though.
They didn't try.
They didn't. Well, you reach out to Manu after the show and you see how it goes. See if the chemistry is there.
Well, speaking of the Void, I hope to put a video up to see how they came to this decision. I don't know if I have time to do that. But let's talk about their voting of if they were innocent, snake, rat, friend, or enemy. We'll start with the innocents. They voted Shelby and Elizabeth innocent. Any thoughts on those?
I thought they were going to say Shelby was a friend.
Yeah. I think they voted their hearts on that one. I mean, no one has a problem with Shelby. Didn't they get to see like Kia and Sasha both saw some conversations with Elizabeth and DeLeon. So I'm surprised that they voted her innocent.
How do you feel about Karashikio?
I don't even know what, like, is she even still in the game? Like what? Dude, she got some killer information. And like I'm waiting for her to drop this, to do something with it, and just nothing. I don't understand. I don't know what she's trying to do.
Yeah, I asked Dee if it was just like if she was just like fuck everybody because they don't really talk to me anyway, so she didn't want to care about giving them information.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. It's like she didn't care at this point. Like she's not caring to make any waves. Like she's like, whatever, I'm here.
I honestly don't think she understands.
I don't know. Or maybe, we saw her reactions whenever DeLeon and Elizabeth were both saying things. So we know that she understood what was happening in the conversation. But I really can't get why she wouldn't share it.
She said they were talking about season 1. I really didn't understand that.
It's like, yo, if 2 + 2 is 4,
in the words of DeLeon.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, she chose to spy on that chat, right? So I don't know, like, why would you spy on the chat and then not do anything with the information? I don't know.
Well, they voted Alexia a friend. Any thoughts on that?
See, I thought she would have been innocent.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that either.
I feel like they're kind of interchangeable. I thought that they originally had to vote like one label for each person.
I did too.
So but yeah, I feel like they're a bit interchangeable. So it's, she's a friend. I think she's a friend to all. She hasn't really turned her back on anybody.
That means she's innocent.
Right?
So Chris and Hannah were the snakes. Any thoughts on those two?
Obviously.
Goodness, what is everybody's problem with Hannah, yo?
You will get played so fast.
Yo, just because she's related to hip hop royalty, everyone's just hating on her. Like,
oh, that's the case. What did I say? Tupac is my father. Do you see the facial resemblance? Like we have the same cheek. The nose. That's why I got a nose ring, because he's my father. Like, get out of here, Eminem, my ass.
I don't know, man. Like, when Hannah really got to hear why DeLeon was, so against her, I feel like she was kind of just like shocked. She was kind of just like, man, like that's, as like I said, you, and then now I'm like hated by half the game. Like, what's the deal? Like, what's up?
It was more so that she was a liar than the eel.
Yeah. I mean, when you just meet somebody and you're like, hey, what do you think of this guy? You don't want to be like, yeah, he sucks. Like, you know, is it lying?
You don't want to say everybody's nice, everybody's get along.
I mean, also that Delian's also going to take it that way, that she said he when he's not there and then lied when he's there.
Yeah.
I would take it that way too.
That for sure. Nah, I guess I didn't hate it, but I'm surprised that the Void. I'm thinking about the Void though, because you know Sasha's pretty cool with Hannah from what I think, and well, I guess I don't.
I blame.
There's Manu. Yeah, Manu probably. Yeah,
he used to blame for everything.
Yeah, I also want to say this was voted on when Alex and Aaron were down there too. So
that's why.
That's why I'm hoping to make the video so I can put it out there.
Yeah, and then they're not really feeling Hannah either, so that makes sense.
And lastly, Delian, the enemy of the Void.
Man, they made a statement. They made a statement with that one, marking him the only enemy in the game.
I don't get it.
There is no possible way that he could have a larger target on his back right now.
But are they just hating from down there? Is that what they're doing?
They are hating from down there. That's why they're going to stay down there, except for Sasha, because I saw the preview. But still, the other ones hating from down there.
Well, I mean, they got to spy on some conversations. I don't know what Kia voted. Who knows if she used that for her vote? But Sasha saw some things, and she's coming for blood for Delian. Who I don't know if she understands to the extent of how much of a part he played in her being sent to the Void, but you know, her being in that vote definitely helped. And I don't know about the rest of them, but like I said, I mean, Delian's just kind of been over time been showing its colors more and more, just being more and more vibrant, and people are threatened by that.
I mean, when you get used to being somewhere, your personality obviously comes out over time.
Yeah, for sure. But you know, I'm sure he would have wished he could have held on a little bit longer.
How do you think he handled the whole confrontation with Hannah? And vice versa, I guess.
Based on his audience, I think he did good. If it was a different audience, it wouldn't be as good because this audience is so gullible, like they believe anything. So, I mean, it's bad for Hannah. It's not fair for Hannah, but I don't give a fuck. So, that's all. She was pretty chill about it too.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's been trying to put these pieces together for a while. She's kind of been suspicious of Delian. I feel it though, like, you know, Delian's the kind of person where like he's a smart cat, but if he doesn't need to hold information, he's not going to hold it anymore, you know. And he felt comfortable. He was in a chat full of allies of his, and he felt like Hannah doesn't really have any allies anymore. And if I let her know that I don't like her, it doesn't matter. It's like, you can't touch me anyways. Is really what he's saying. So still a bold and risky move to make, but I don't personally like that he let it off, but just for entertainment's sake, I love to watch it. Like, I always love watching Delian go off on somebody. There's nothing better. Hannah, I don't know, I honestly can't even remember her reaction. I feel like I was so wrapped up in what Delian was saying. And even before he went off on her, like all of his reactions to every time Hannah spoke or anybody was talking about Hannah, like like he was letting you know over time, like, I don't like you.
When they said she was a snake, he was like,
yeah, he was like, Oh man, hilarious. So I mean, with Sasha coming back in the game, I mean, we'll see if Hannah can do something with it. I mean, she thinks she has Elizabeth on her side too. So it's gonna be tough.
My favorite reaction was when Delian said, "I didn't say I didn't like you. I just said you were a liar." And Shelby trying not to laugh.
Oh my goodness. Oh geez.
But Delian is so hypocritical though. The whole time during the other chat, he was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't lie. I'm not a liar. And I'm like, bro, shut up. You said it like 5 times already.
Yeah, Deleon always gonna get the last word, yo. Straight up. It's not about whether I like you or not. You're just a liar, and that's it.
Well, what are your thoughts on Sasha being the one chosen? Alex wants to do it as revenge. Your girl Sasha is coming back, Dot.
Yeah. Yo, I love it. One, because she's my girl. And I love her. She's got the spunk. She got the personality to turn this game upside down. So I love that. And really, yeah, because for that reason, I feel like out of everyone in the void, she's like seen information and she's absorbed it. And she's got allies in the game, and I feel like she will actually do something with it. Like she'll go back to Elizabeth and Hannah and be like, "Yo, something's going on," you know. Or I guess maybe not Elizabeth. I don't know. I don't know what she's gonna do with it. But I like it. I think it's the best move. I think she's spicy enough to change the game. And like I think she's gonna kind of bring some worry to people like Chris and Deleon. She brings a whole new threat to the other side of the game.
You're glaring thoughts.
Hmm?
Said you were glaring. Do you have any thoughts on Sasha returning?
It's just a spicy comment. I wouldn't say spicy. I say more like mild, something like that.
Man, hating on my always hating on my peeps, man.
But I think I do agree that she's like a big target. Well, I don't know if she's a target for Deleon, but Deleon need to watch his back for her because she's very intelligent. Putting two together, I said that last week when she kind of figured him out, but she got out and now she's back. I don't know about Deleon and his safety. The only thing that'll save Deleon really is Elizabeth.
They've been doing a good job of saving each other, at least.
Yeah.
Right. I'm curious about why Deleon didn't share his plan with her when they were chatting one-on-one.
What do you mean?
Like he's kind of got a plan to get certain people out of the game, but to make sure to save her. But they don't really seem to be on the same page on who they want to get out and who they want to keep in. They just know that they want to keep each other in the game.
That's probably why he didn't tell her. I wouldn't tell her.
That's it.
Huh. I just figured they may want to vote together, but I guess not.
I mean, it's 2 versus like 4. Well, 2 versus 3.5.
I mean, it seems like they don't have to. Like it's, as long as they can keep saving each other, then, I guess it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't.
They really don't care who gets eliminated on their side, I guess, at the end of the day, as long as the both of them stay. Word. I'm catching up.
It doesn't seem like Elizabeth is coming. I did ask her. I think she was confused about time zones, and I was confused by what she was saying. But I guess you have any predictions?
Man, I don't even know.
Aaron's out of your guys' final 3, so
every time I make a prediction, I'm just wrong. So, Dee, let me collect my thoughts. You go ahead.
I'm just as bad. I said Aaron was going to be 3rd place.
I don't know nothing. I don't know anything.
Oh, I don't. Is anyone else going to get out of the void?
That's it.
Oh no, Aaron.
Yeah, I know. She didn't deserve it. She didn't deserve it, man.
They some haters. But anyway, I don't know. Like I really don't know. So since Sasha coming back, that means usually she would be one of the top 4 or 3. And I still don't think no one can touch Deleon or Elizabeth. Well, I don't think anyone can touch Deleon, and he's going to bring Elizabeth along. So I still got them 2 in my top 2, I guess, since Aaron is no longer with
us. I don't know about any predictions. I just know nobody's really safe, right? Like everybody has allies, but if that ally isn't in a position to try to save them, then anybody could be out. So even though Deleon has soldiers, some strong, loyal soldiers behind them, he's not necessarily safe. Damn. So I'm in an honest position where I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. And
I really do feel like anybody left in the 7th could win, honestly.
Yeah, like it's anyone's game. It just depends on what other tricks the Void's gonna pull out of their sleeve. And
Money.
shoot, who lies, who I don't really know who Chris is super loyal to right now. So, you know, we know certain people who are gonna give some people high grades and some people are gonna give people low grades, but some people like Chris are gonna be the kind of the X factor or the wild card, you know.
Well, nobody's really loyal to Chris, so I mean, I feel like you shouldn't be loyal to anybody, honestly.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Didn't you want to like do something with Deleon?
Yeah, he wants it to be him, Deleon, and Shelby in the final 3. But Deleon's against him, so
I don't know why he would want to work with Deleon.
Because he's the most liked, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Maybe. Or maybe he feels like he could beat Deleon in the end. I don't know.
Shit.
I don't.
You don't think so with the Void voting Deleon an enemy?
I mean, Chris is a snake.
Yeah, I'd rather be
Oh, well, then honestly, Chris should want to go to the end with Hannah and Deleon. That's what I would do. If I was Chris.
That honestly would be a good.
That gives you the best odds of getting a win.
But still, I would rather my enemy win than a snake.
Oh man, yeah, this is tough. This is really tough. A lot of people in this game had to make a lot of strong moves to get to this point in the game. And as we've seen in other seasons of similar shows, you know, like if you burn the Void, sometimes the Void will burn you back. So I don't know. Yeah, Deleon's gonna have to find a way to win the Void back, and so is Chris if they want a chance to win this game. Aside of that,
Deleon, well.
I think Elizabeth makes her way through. You know what? She doesn't have. I think her and Aaron kind of have a rift. I feel like Aaron was a big, or Elizabeth was a big part in sending Aaron to the Void. But she doesn't have too many enemies. You know, like she's got strong allies with Deleon. She got a strong alliance with Sasha and Hannah, and even the other side doesn't dislike her a whole lot. She's just not really in their alliance. She's kind of in a good spot.
Okay, so who's in the Void now?
Right now it's Manu, JJ, Kia, Aaron, and Alex, I think.
Yeah, there's like no synergy. There's going to be no synergy in that Void.
I feel like I'm missing someone because I always forget someone.
Ella.
Well, no, she's not there.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how decision making works in that Void from now on.
I just think Manu want to do what the fuck he want to do.
Oh, that's what he's done the whole game.
I'm curious.
I'm still not over him in that Spanish. Like, what did it say? I'm still not over
that. No, and damn right, you know what the message is saying, man. He was a character for real. Like that is hanging out of his mouth and shit. Yo, who came up with those messages, man? What's going on with those?
Manu. It had to be.
Who came up with those?
Mostly Manu and
Sasha. Oh my God, why?
I think Kia tried to send Ro message. I think Kia's the one that sent that to Hannah to try and warn her of enemies.
Yeah. I mean, they did kind of scare some people in the game, though. They shook some people. But those were interesting. All of them were like, yeah, these are interestingly vague. Like, you're purposely not telling us anything.
I hate when people do
that. Oh, man. Funny stuff.
Well, any final thoughts? Anything that you weren't here to talk about earlier that you wanted to talk about?
We talked about Kia not telling anybody in the Void. I was so upset about that. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess Alex is back in the Void now, right? Yeah, he's back in the Void. Yeah, man. Like, I don't.
Didi's happy about that.
Man, those votes. I mean, I'm a little. I mean, I don't know. Like, Alex has a strong alliance, right? But he's not really in the top of the alliance. He even says, like, yeah, I'm in this strong place, but I keep ending up in these terrible groups. So he wants to go rogue. I just don't know what he's doing, man. Like
he wanted to go rogue before
I feel like
the result.
My thing is like, if you're gonna make a move, make a strong move. Like if you want to team up with Elizabeth and say F Chris, then do that. But I feel it's kind of like halfway. Like I'm gonna give you some of my scores, but you do whatever you want to do with that. It's like, nah, you need to attack this alliance, man. Like lock it down, man. Lock it down.
But also, I feel like even though it's a problem that they barely just met each other, I feel like if anybody on that alliance should have worked together, it was Alex and Chris because they were both at the bottom, really.
Yeah, they did. They did need to work together.
So Alex, I think, voted the wrong person low, especially to his face.
That's true. Man. Like Chris was not having it. Chris was not having it, man. Like, yo. Yeah, he signed his own death certificate on that one. Unfortunately.
Toodles.
We already talked about DeLeon not telling Elizabeth about the plan, but you're saying that does kind of make sense. So okay. All right. I do think DeLeon will be fine. He's a strong player. The people that ride with DeLeon right now will die for DeLeon, and those are the kind of partners you want. I don't think anybody else has a stronger alliance than like him and Shelby and Alexia. They love the shit out of him. They'll pretty much do anything he says. He was even like, "Yo, you don't have to vote because of what I said. You can do what you want," and they still like voted his way. So like those are
he has the pimp hat now.
Yo, like wow.
To be fair though, I feel like Alex and Chris didn't really help themselves either for Alexia and Shelby to think that way.
Did they even have a chance to?
I mean, I feel like they did because when Shelby came back to the game, Alex is questioning her and being weird. And then Chris, she's already has suspicions of Chris. So, I mean, I could kind of see why.
Yeah. I mean, they're looking for someone to trust in the game. And, they've had a lot of chats with DeLeon. He's been very frank and honest with them about a lot of stuff. Told them a lot of stuff that you would think somebody wouldn't say to people. And then, I think he's like voted to also back up everything that he's saying. So, they got a strong group there. Hopefully they can stick together. I don't think anyone will be able to pry them apart. I think.
I also like how Elizabeth waited till Chris left the chat to tell Hannah.
He was like, wait, is it gone? Is it gone? All right, check this. Yo, yeah. I'm really liking Elizabeth. I think she's doing a great job in the game. She's been in some stressful positions, but she's been able to make it through, and I think she's making the best of it.
Yeah.
Impressive, Elizabeth.
I'm so glad she got to like spread her roots in this season because first season she was gone like that.
Yeah.
I only saw her for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can't mute a personality like that. They're gonna eventually shine.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
I was hoping she would be here to talk about it. I also trying to get her on the next podcast, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yo, grab Manu. Grab Manu. I need to talk to him.
I'll try.
I want to tell him about how much respect I've gained over time. And I want to tell him that I think he's funny as well.
I told you.
Funny?
I told you he was funny.
He is a character.
Oh, man. Love that kid.
Well, that's all I have for this week. I will see everybody next week.
See ya.